I'm Chapazwan Casino for the State of the Nation. Maybe for public record, is there a legal binding which binds you from not disclosing the information to the public? If there is anything, please share it with us so that we know it.
Thank you so much. That's a good question again. Yes. Yes.
I just wanted to find out how much this case affected business with humans.
Thank you so much. That's a good question again. Maybe two more. There are other people who want to ask. Yes.
My name is Fani Mafumo from the Morning Post. I would want to know that since Tawanda Cheiwa is a student and this whole issue has affected him, I heard you talking about the humanitarian issues that you have always been working on. What are you doing also to make sure that his welfare at this point of time, in the time of need, he might probably need counseling, he might need help in paying fees and other stuff. I wanted to know what is Impala currently going to do about it.
Thank you so much. That's another good question. I think maybe final question. Feel free, just ask. Yes.
From you make any follow-up to the police after you submitted those documents?
Thank you so much. That's a good question again. People who think like lawyers. Eh? The first question is about do you know the police or maybe the department which took the file? We have nothing to hide as Impala currently. As I've indicated before, that the matter was reported at Bulawayo, at Kumalo Station, under CR 13-8 of 2020. We were approached by Law and Order from Harare Central Police Station, who are working together with, I believe, police from Bulawayo. And the notice of seizure which were attached, which we gave the sheriff, I think it circulated also on Twitter and Facebook. A closer look on it, there is the name of the department of police which is handling this case, and it's clear it's Law and Order, Harare. There is a CR number that's KH 13-8 of 2020, which I was talking about. The name of person whom they sourced the document from, that is Thompson Dondo. It's also clear on the exhibit seizure confirmation receipt where that document was seized from, and the number of the police and the name of the police is there on the document. We have nothing to hide because it's a public document. The moment we communicate with the sheriff is a public office, so that is there. I don't know whether I've answered that question.
I think you partly answered the question. Since you are saying the document is circulated, etc.
Correct.
Are you at liberty to share with us here?
Not a problem. The officer in charge, Harare, CID Law and Order, is the one who took it, together with the other police officers. The name which is there is actually, it says Shibaya. Yes, Shibaya. That's the name, and the number is there. So I think this one I've managed to answer, didn't it? Then the second question from Tafazwa is there a legal binding law not for you not to divulge the information. Is that correct? Whenever we do agreements or contracts, there is a clause called confidential clause, which is also crucial. Remember, a contract, the moment you breach a contract, it means someone can also approach the court for recourse because you have breached the contract. But also, considering this case, the moment the police took over, we may be called as witnesses or accused persons or anything. You understand where I'm coming from? So you are not at liberty to just divulge information because, as I've indicated, you are now you will be affecting the administration of justice. How? Because the matter is still before the police. They are doing their investigation. So let them do their investigation. We don't want to affect the investigation. What if we divulge a name and the person skips the jurisdiction of the court? But we are not saying we don't want to divulge the name. We don't have the documents which were requested for now. The documents are within the hands of the police, which we believe that they are safe. Why are people worried when we are telling them who took the papers and what is happening? Why are people worried? And by the mere fact that you want reported to the police, it means you are trusting them, isn't it? It means you are trusting. You know their integrity. So you need assistance, isn't it? So why would you want to approbate and reprobate? We think if you make a report, the police and the state are your lawyers. They are the ones who assist you. If you go to court, the state is your lawyers. So we believe we did what we were supposed to have done at the given opportunity. Then there was another question as to whether or not maybe this fiasco affected the business of Impala. I had the opportunity to meet with the marketing team as well as the general manager. We are not seeking sympathy from people, but we want to tell the truth, isn't it? The truth is something which is balanced. It's a two-way traffic. Let's come to, there are some business entities whom we were dealing with. Those people maybe are sensitive clients because maybe they do deal with human rights activism. So, obvious, they will need answers from us to say what happened. And these are the answers which we are giving them. But we can't say they've shunned us. But sometimes, bad publicity sometimes is a blessing in disguise. I'll tell you that from abroad we were being caught more than before COVID. I'll tell you that individually in Zimbabwe we were being caught more than before. Not saying what happened is good for us. We don't want it. But somehow that bad publicity gave us an edge. We know that some other competitors were also part and parcel of those who were saying Impala should fall. But as far as we are concerned, we are still there. We also know of those who were, I think they went to Google, gave negative comments. We were on 5 stars. They reduced it to 2.7. Surely they were working. Impala must fall, Impala must fall, Impala must fall. But that's the consequence of the business. That's the consequence of the business. But we don't want to lie. We are now known, not on bad things, but those who then go back and read about us, those who then go and search about Impala, they will tell you that this is a good company. this is a good company. Those who know what we do, they will tell you our image. And we are not only in Zimbabwe, we are all over the region. Go to South Africa, you find us. Go to Botswana, you find us. As we speak now, our CEO is in Ethiopia, launching the same thing. So, as I've said, it's something which is balanced. There's another question which was asked by, is it fun? What did you say?
I said, what are you going to do on the welfare part of Rwanda?
Thank you so much. That's a good question, Fanny. As an organization, it's clear that we are involved in philanthropic work. We do assist several people, and even if you go to our page, you will see how we were doing it, and it's in the pipeline. Actually, we were talking with the relevant department of this office, and we believe that before you give somebody, you also need to know whether he or she is accepting what you are giving, isn't it? So we need to first approach the relevant people from this side and do our pledge. But we are ready. We know that he's a student, and we are not happy with what we saw. So we are eager to assist in any manner, and it's in the pipeline. I think with due course you will hear what we are going to do. We really sympathize with him. That's all what we can say on that. Then there was another question from Tawanda. Maybe you can assist me, Tawanda. You said about the follow-up to the police.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Did you make any follow-up?
To the police.
Yes.
The first thing, Tawanda, is we are not police officers. We are a company who do hire cars. Police officers are the ones who have the jurisdiction to do investigation. And those investigations includes us. They also investigate us as to what happened. So we can't say we should call them every day, what is happening, what is that they found. We give them leeway, let them do their job. We don't want to affect the police. This is a sensitive matter. As far as we are concerned, they took our papers and they promised us that whenever they need us, they will call us so that we can cooperate and maybe assist in any manner which we can in this matter. So I think we are following the procedure. We are following the procedure. And if they need our cooperation in any case, we are there to do that at any given point, at any given time. I think the first two questions we have managed to answer them. If there's anything which maybe anyone wants clarity, feel free. Yes, this is my brother here.
My name is Thomas Madu. I'm freelance. You spoke about not sitting back when they refer to the existence.
Correct.
Are you in any way considering your role in the violence rate and justice?
No. As I've mentioned, we are not that. I read about it. You are talking about the issue of my brother, the Zinas president, isn't it? We are not that. We don't have giants here. We are giants in Kahari. We don't have that muscle. When we say, when we feel the threat, they are law enforcement people. We go to the nearest police station is Brisbane. We advise them that there is a threat. Sometimes we may not be aware who is the threat. You understand where I'm coming from? That's why we said we are eager even to talk with those who wish to know the answers rather than violence. I heard that maybe there are some thugs I can't confirm because I did not see, I was not part of, I did not see, or I was not there to confirm that. But I heard about it. Those people are not part of us, and we are not in that business. We are not in that business. We actually appreciate the voice of that guy. Then, what's the name of my friend? Is Gadzori. We really appreciate his voice. All what we are against is violence behavior. Let's talk. If they want to know anything about Impala, what we are doing, they have an interest. They represent students. We respect that. I've said I was once a student. We respect that. Those people, when we were being given cabbages, at college they did everything to assist us so that we can get maybe better meals. So I know their role. We really appreciate what Gadzori said. But we as Zimbabweans, there are regulations, there are the laws which we should follow. We as Zimbabweans, we should not condone violence. Even if there's a demonstration, we believe that there is a procedure to be taken if one is going to do a demonstration. But I don't believe in this case there is need of demonstration against Impala, because we are friendly. Being in tourism business is not, it's uncalled for to be violent. You need to deal with clients in a way which is friendly. Same to those who have questions against us. Our door is open. We never received any letter from the nurse. We respect them. If they have issue, we are eager to talk with them. We are eager to share with them. That is, if we can share. But now to condone violence, we don't condone violence. I think everyone who is level-headed, everyone from all walks of life who is a Zimbabwean, nobody wants violence. Even at your home, you don't want violence. So we have properties here, we have cars, we have buildings. We need to protect them. If we hear of maybe a threat, we don't hire thugs. We tell the police that this is what is happening. They will assist us. They will assist everyone. So I think that's my answer.
Yes, okay. My question is Impala, what have you done to add extra security to the cars so that you know what they are being used for by your clients? Because earlier on you said that the car in question had no tracker. People can take advantage of that loophole and come to Impala to use your cars for any other criminal activities out there which may potentially harm your image. So what have you done and what are you doing to add that?
That's a very critical question posed by my brother here. You know what? As I've indicated, that sometimes maybe someone would want a client, maybe an organization, they want 10 cars, Ranger, but maybe we have 7. So we cannot say to the client, we don't have the cars. We will do everything in our power to make sure that we supply the needs of the customer. So maybe that's when we have those loopholes as I've indicated. But we had a meeting, I think last week, to find ways of making sure how best can we protect. Even checkers, there are some loopholes for those checkers. If you don't subscribe, it's like Wi-Fi. They will not give you what you want. And sometimes, like I think we lost about 3 cars before because of lack of those triggers. I think one of the car we found it in Malawi. Somebody came here, they took your car, and some even with those trackers, you know, when somebody has got intention to steal, they can disconnect those things and go to South Africa. Especially if you find a client who is asking you, do you have maybe a Range Rover 2018, then you have to think twice. Those are the people who can even go with your car. Whether or not it has trackers, they can disconnect that thing. You understand where I'm coming from? But we are doing everything possible to make sure that we protect our cars. But there is, you know what? Sometimes it's very difficult to know what your car is being used for. And there's a constitutional right of privacy. If you come and hire a car here, it doesn't mean I should know everything which is happening to the car or which you are doing with the car. That's not the gist of business. If you go with that car to a certain lodge with your girlfriend, it's none of my business. You understand where I'm coming from? But then when you use it like criminal activity, then it's a cause of concern. But you can come and take that car, you ride, you go to Inyanga, we don't care. Even if you have 5 girlfriends there, we don't care. You understand where I'm coming from? So sometimes it's very difficult to control what the person using your car. It's very, very difficult. That's why we are saying we are now in a precarious position. It doesn't mean that when people are saying, some people are saying we are accomplices. Surely, we hire a car and saying we are accomplices to what is happening to the out there. You understand where I'm coming from? It's unfair to do that. Or it's unfair to say that. Because what we do, we hire a car to every potential client. But we are against using those cars in these criminal activities. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. Yes.
Sorry to throw you back. There was a point when you said you requested papers, the documents from the police. Is that right? After handing them over to police, did you request again?
Yes, we wrote a letter to the police requesting the papers, and we were advised that those papers were being used for investigation. So that's why I said our hands now are tied.
Do you have your letter?
Yes, we have it. We have it. Just bear with me. Yeah, yeah. Maybe my colleague here who is near can assist by reading or you see.
You can read, you can come and read loud.
I wanted to find out from what you're saying as well. You said these are allegations that the car that was hired from Impala was used in a criminal activity, that is the abduction of Chawan.
Correct.
Assuming that the investigations are complete,
Yes.
and the police says can confirm that the car that was used was from Impala,
Yes.
what are you going to do? What measures are you going to put in place?
You know what? That's why we said. I don't know whether you want me to identify the measures in terms of protecting our cars or the measures in terms of alleviating people not to use our cars in criminal activities. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you hire a car here, as I have said, we don't have the power to control where you are going with that car and what you are doing with it. We don't have that power now. So, one other thing which we were working on is on our agreements to indicate that whenever you hire a car and you use it in criminal activities, you are liable, and we are going to divulge the information. it was not part and parcel of our contracts. But it's one other thing which we found that for public, in order for us to protect the public, we should put that clause in the agreement to say, if you hire a car from us and you use it in criminal activities, number one, we are going to divulge the name. Number two, we are working with the law enforcement agencies to make sure that you are answerable to whatever you have done with our car. And that was, I think that was a clause which was not part of our contracts. It was actually a loophole. So I think we are going to do that. Any other question, which is important?
Maybe the last one. I'm sure we are exhausted.
Is the car in question still in possession? And also, has the same client hired more cars after the incident?
Number one, as I've said to you, this car is a car which belongs to a third party. It's not our car. So, whenever we need the car, if it's available and if he wants us to use it, we can hire it, because it's one of those cars which maybe our clients want to use in terms of type of car. Maybe one thing which we are going to do, because it's now a thing which we think is of concern, we are going to make sure that all those cars which are coming from outside, before we use them, we should put a tracker on them, which was also a loophole in the past. As to whether or not that person hired a car, to be honest with you, as I've told you, the name or whatever we want to talk about is within the confines of the police, and we, according to the record, we never saw anyone to the effect of the name hiring again. Do you want me maybe to justify or to explain?
You said the client hasn't come to hire again.
We have never seen such a client.
But in the sense, he's a regular client. He's a regular client.
I've never said that.
Mr. Dondo actually said on one occasion on doing that, he said the client is
a regular client.
Yes.
I cannot confirm or deny what Mr. Dondo said, but there's nothing bad. If surely Mr. Dondo said he's a regular client, it shows that we are working with the utmost good faith. It means that we are really eager to assist, and we are assisting. The confirmation by Mr. Dondo that is a regular client, it means it is within the command's power to assist with such information. Are you answered? I think there are no more questions. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming. We really appreciate your time.